One of the things that's really cool about me that Judo really dug when we talked and we communicated in meditation was that I was not trained by academics. So my communication with people that were not of the academic or the intellectual community or the economic community. I'm different. I'm very the way I communicate. He loves it because he's like, oh, it's so user friendly for everyday people that are manipulated by academics, economists, and intellectuals. He says, this is so good. This is perfect. That's why when they had that meditation to talk to me in the future, he couldn't do it, and they all got panicked about it. It's like, no, it's a good thing. Selassie was the same way with me. Sun Yat-sen and Suzuki the same way with me. It's like, this is so good. It's so perfect. Like in Job or Jonah or Jesus or Daniel or David. It's so perfect that his meditation protects himself so he can protect people that are abused by people that are abusive with their excessive compulsive behaviors, and give people the pragmatic understanding and solutions from their current conditions of their excessive compulsive abuse and manipulations. And so when he's talking about meditation, when I meditate, like when I go to the store and I see people and I can see them eternally, and you can see the old man and the child at the same time, and you can feel the hopes, dreams, and aspirations that have still not been fulfilled because he's being manipulated and abused by the academic, the intellectuals, and and economists. And then you sit there and tell them, don't worry, little boy. Good times lie ahead because we're going to eliminate human authority and liberate you from this excessive compulsive behavior. And then you'll have time to sit down. Sometimes I sit and sometimes I sit and thinks and sometimes I just sits. And he's like, no, you have to be actively aware of what you're thinking about while you're sitting. Am I just sitting and thinking about, the clouds, the moon, the stars, the marshmallows in the sky? Or am I, understanding that freedom requires the ability to be aware of your environment and what you're thinking about and why you're thinking this way. That's why meditation is so important. The meditation, when you sit down and you have the discipline to see things eternally and feel things eternally and connect eternally, that's why I have such amazing conversations with people at Walmart and Las Cruces, and people at White Sands do not. Like with the one scientist that he was talking to, and the guy said, we'll say this, and he kept talking, and the other guy was, like he said, I've had conversations, the speaker, being in judo, I've had conversations with people my whole life, and I'm this great world teacher, and people either kiss my ass or challenge me, instead of just enjoy me, because I enjoy them. And usually when I meet people most people I meet at Walmart, where I will shop at Lohman, because it's in the poor community or people near the university that really enjoy people. That's why I shop there. I don't shop up at Roadrunner. And Valley, I have more resistance in my conversations than I do at Lohman. So Lohman is the place where I shop because there's more people that are from my community that are similar to me in migration here and settling here, because we're alike in spirit. And so that's where I go shopping. It's more comfortable for me. I'm not as comfortable at Albertsons. I'm not as comfortable Roadrunner and Walmart. No. There are some similar comforts when I'm on Valley. To Lohman, but Lohman is more comfortable for me, I guess, because of my connection to the university community and that being more comfortable for me. And with my connection to the military community and the academic and economic community, I'm not as comfortable. So that's why I'm verily not comfortable on a Roadrunner at all. And there is some comfort for me on Valley, but the most comfort for this is Walmart on Lohman. Do you understand? And so my meditation tells me go there. And that's where you'll find people that are more in your, quote, they consider vibratory rates and patterns, because they're studying our brain activity, and then they're manipulating us with our brain activity rather than letting us be free to express lovingly with our brain activity. And so that's why meditation is so very important to Jiddu Krishnamurti and to myself and to Sun Yat-sen and to D.T. Suzuki and to Haile Selassie. Okay. And you can see how all of these men throughout time, okay, are divided by society, but connected through meditation. And that's why Jiddu says meditation is so important. And then you said it, guys, because you guys aren't meditating. You're sits and you thinks, and sometimes you just sits. Okay. Because like they said the same thing about John Wall and James, LeBron James. Okay. And I rarely talk to John Wall and LeBron James, right? Well, don't connect to him. He'll make you give away all your money and follow him to the Lord's Prayer, right? If you want to be successful on TV, making lots of money with the looks and the brains, you're not going to want to meditate and connect to me, Haile Selassie, Jiddu Krishnamurti, Sun Yat-sen, or D.T. Suzuki, right? You're going to want to connect to someone more like yourself at the Walmart at Roadrunner, the Walmart in Valley, but not the Walmart in Lowman, right? So most of the people I meet in Lowman at Walmart, and you're like, wow, he's right. Yeah. Not all the people get me, but most of them do. And that's why it's so comfortable to shop there. I hate shopping, but I love people. Okay? And so most of the people that meet me, Siri and Jarrell Brown and Mr. What's his name? One kid, not all of them, but Mr. McNair. Yeah, I like Mr. McNair and, and stuff. So a lot of the people I've met at the Walmart and Lowman, I met Ernst, who was a friend of my nephew at the Walmart on Valley. Okay. But I'm very particular. Like I said, it's not always that, but it's for most consistency, most consistent, most significant is the Walmart on Lowman. That's where I meet most of the people that are in similar brain activity to myself, where we gravitate. Okay, where we shop in this town. Okay. And so occasionally I met some on Valley, but mostly it's Lowman. It's always go back to Lowman. And because that's where the water tower where I was a kid that I liked the artwork on it, and it's centrally located by the university where I used to go as a kid to go down and walk down and watch Stevie Coulter and Orlando Fabris and Ernest Patterson and Fred Young and then met Javon Ferguson and Larry Rose and Jacob Nwanga. The one and Matt Young, okay, and his mom and dad, okay, and then when I was working down here in this area in this region, and met Donald Dotson and his wife, and stuff, and so the people that I'm connected to in prayer. I met Nodi on online and made Peggy very upset, and I'm like, well, you do understand that Nodi's just a guy doing what guys do, and that's it's wrong for us to be put in that situation physically, sexually, and emotionally. And you should be more upset about politicians and celebrities and bankers and academics making your daughter sexually vulnerable to economics, as opposed to Nodi finding her attractive and then Nate saying, hey, you're attractive, would you like to engage in sexual activity at some time, because that would be really a lot of fun. And you can't condemn Nodi and Nate to hell because they find Shannon sexually attractive. She is. Okay. She's very sexually attractive. She's a cute girl. She's very, very attractive. She's very intelligent and very charming, but she's very abused by economics and assholes in this community. Okay. Any guy in their right mind, if she said, hey, I'd like to have a sexual romantic relationship with you, it's like, well, if you're not as dumb as a box of rocks and you believe in the Lord and want to live the Lord's Prayer, I'd like to entertain having the capacity of having a sexual relationship with you too. You'd like the same with her mother. Her mother's very attractive and very abused. But when we were young, boy, I wanted a sexual relationship with Peggy quite a bit. Then when we got older, I realized it wasn't capable at this time. It just couldn't sustain it. It wasn't tangible. Okay. And Marlena, very strong, very protecting, but like Lozon would rather protect women sexually than men, because men are just too damned abusive and fucked up at this time to have any kind of relationship with, except for maybe as, blunt buddies or drinking buddies and basketball buddies, but that's about it. Otherwise, you come near me that dick and try to have kids through me to be tortured in hell, I'll break it off and feed it to you. That's why I like Marley Marr so much. That's why she's my dog, right? like Tyler Ellis and the Northwest Connection with Abby Scott and Sasha Weber. If I was younger, I would have been like, "Whoa, any of you girls want to go out with me?" Tyler, you got your booty going on. You know that girl. I don't have to tell you that twice. Sasha is so quiet and so strong, and Abby's just everybody's sweetheart and everybody's fun. And Brandy Walton and gosh darn it, lots of girls. I just loved the girls of the basketball team like I loved the girls on the basketball team when I was in high school and college. And Shelley Parrish and Taryn Watson and Tamara Watson and the other girls, saying, "Why aren't you should be our coach? Our coach is lousy. You're a wonderful communicator. You understand basketball and girls better. Why aren't you a coach?" Well, because I dropped out of school and I didn't go back because it was genocidal, and I didn't take a college scholarship to play for Paul Westphal at Southwest Bible College because they're archaic, they're irrational, and they will do anything to win to make all the money. And I'm just not that way. That's why I'm the best basketball coach that ever lived. Best football coach? Yeah, that too. Soccer, of course, because I understand all the games very well, and I'm like King David and Lord Saladin, and not like the jerks on TV saying, "I gotta win to make all the money to fuck all the bimbos." I'm like King David, biatch. Okay, you guys understand? Thanks, Demis. This is really helping. Thanks, and thanks for the Google Connect. Appreciate you, Jeff. Hang in there. Tell Lauren I said, hey. Okay, Lauren, hey. Okay, I get the concept. Lauren, you okay? Okay. Lauren, are you okay? Okay. You don't need plastic surgery to feel or look attractive. Those people are crazy. You're a very cute girl. Okay. And Jeff, appreciate you. Don't go changing to try to please me. I love you just the way you are. Okay. Megan, that goes same with Harry. Twice on Sunday. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Harry. Drink a whiskey, drink a lager, drink. Keep tub thumping there, dude. Okay. Love you too. Okay. Thanks, Harry. He's my connection to the British royal, my cousin, the British royal family. Thank you, Harry. Okay, I love you too. Megan, love you. Archie. Okay, sugar. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, honey, honey. Grandpa gets it. He's into the 3 degrees and old cartoons. I hope Grandpa's coming around, man. You don't need money. You just need to get on a plane and fly to your son and give him a big hug and give his gorgeous wife a hug and hug them grandkids and never let them go. And love to hug them as much as you possibly can in these frail, finite bodies that are a beautiful temple for the soul if you understand how to properly meditate. All right, thanks, guys. Love you. Peace.